What happened on June 23rd? History's most surprising day explained. The time is VoiceOclock. Welcome, curious minds and casual time travelers. Today we're cracking open the calendar vault on June 23rd like it's hiding the universe's juiciest secrets, and frankly, it kind of is. From dusty battlefields to outer space selfies, this date has seen more drama than a royal wedding with a guest list typo. What do a teenage diarist, a hormone pill, and a train under the sea have in common? Absolutely nothing, except they all made history today. Whether it's Robert the Bruce muddying up English ambitions, women winning the vote, finally, or Saturn getting its first interplanetary house guest, June 23rd has been busy dropping plot twists in humanity's timeline like a Shakespearean soap opera. This isn't your stodgy history lesson. It's more of a historical tasting menu, featuring political revolutions, scientific breakthroughs, and one gravity-defying man who looked at the Grand Canyon and thought, you know what would spice this up? A tightrope. So, grab your metaphorical passport, buckle your trivia seatbelt, and prepare to side-eye the past with a smirk. After all, who says history can't flirt a little? 1. Citizenship for all. The 14th Amendment's birthday bash, 157 years ago. On this day in 1868, back when top hats were trending and selfies required oil paint, the United States ratified the 14th Amendment. Suddenly, being born or naturalized on American soil meant you were officially in the club. No secret handshakes required, just a birth certificate or some paperwork. This legal milestone didn't just change lives. It rewrote the guest list for American democracy, ensuring everyone had a seat at the table. And finally, a slice of constitutional cake. Imagine the group chat blowing up. Congrats, you're a citizen now. Would you have RSVP'd to this historic shindig or tried to sneak in through the back door? 2. Suffrage gets a makeover. Women win the vote. 106 years ago. June 23, 1919. The U.S. Congress decided it was time to let women have their say, literally, by passing the 19th Amendment. After decades of protests, parades, and the occasional hat-wearing cat, women finally earned the right to vote. It was a political plot twist that would make even the most dramatic reality show jealous. Picture a world where half the population had to sit out the big decisions. Oh wait, that was real life. So, would you have grabbed a sign and marched, or stayed home perfecting your I voted sticker selfie? 3. Start your engines. The first Grand Prix roars to life 119 years ago. In 1906, the sleepy town of Le Mans, France, transformed into a roaring racetrack for the world's first Grand Prix motor race. Picture goggles, dust, and cars that looked like runaway bathtubs on wheels. Speed demons and tinkerers alike gathered to see who could go the fastest without losing a wheel or their lunch. This event didn't just launch motorsport, it turbocharged it, paving the way for Formula One, Mario Kart, and your uncle's questionable driving. Would you have dared the track or just cheered from the sidelines with a baguette? 4. Anne Frank's diary. A voice echoes across time. 78 years ago. On June 23, 1947, The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank was published, giving the world an unfiltered glimpse into the hopes, fears, and dreams of a teenager in hiding. Her words leapt off the page and into history, reminding us that even in the darkest times, a little hope and a lot of honesty can light up the world. If you could write one page to be read 78 years later, what would you say? And would you trust your sibling not to doodle in the margins? 5. The Last Goodbye. U.S. troops leave Vietnam, 53 years ago. June 23, 1972. The last U.S. ground combat unit packed up and left Vietnam, marking the end of a long, complicated chapter. The war had been televised, protested, and immortalized in song, making it the original viral content. As the helicopters lifted off, history hit the pause button, but the debates and lessons stuck around. Would you have been the first to board the chopper or the last to leave the dance floor? 6. Rocking the World for a Cause. Live Aid's Global Jam, 40 years ago. In 1985, Live Aid turned music into a superpower with concerts in London and Philadelphia beaming out to the world. Rock stars, pop icons, and mullets united to raise funds for famine relief in Ethiopia. It was the ultimate We Are the World moment, before hashtags, but with way more hairspray. If you could book any band for a charity gig, who'd headline your show, and would you dare attempt the moonwalk on live TV? 7. Channel Vision, England and France. finally hold hands, 31 years ago. 1994 saw the official opening of the Channel Tunnel, a 31-mile undersea marvel connecting England and France. Suddenly, you could hop on a train and pop out in Paris faster than you could say croissant. The tunnel turned rivals into neighbors. Just don't mention the football scores. Would you have braved the underwater ride or stuck to the ferry with a strong cup of tea? 8. Saturn's new roommate, Cassini, arrives 21 years ago. On June 23, 2004, the Cassini spacecraft made it to Saturn, ready to snap photos, study rings, and maybe ask the planet for its skincare routine. After a 7-year, 2.2 billion-mile journey, Cassini became the ultimate space tourist, sending back selfies that made Earthlings swoon. If you could send a probe anywhere in the solar system, where would you go? And what playlist would you upload for the trip? 9. Mars gets a visitor, InSight lands, 7 years ago. 2018, NASA's InSight lander touched down on Mars, ready to dig deep, literally, into the planet's secrets. Think of it as a planetary private eye, armed with gadgets and a thirst for seismic gossip. While Martians allegedly kept their distance, InSight's data rocked the scientific world. If you could ask Mars one question, what would it be? Red planet, do you blush? 10. Scotland's giant leap at Bannockburn. On June 23, 1314, 711 years ago, Robert the Bruce led Scots to a historic victory in the Battle of Bannockburn, routing the English and giving Scotland a thunderous taste of freedom. Imagine medieval armies clashing on muddy fields with nothing more than swords, shields, and fierce determination. And a king who probably wondered, did we at least send a thank you note afterward? This epic battle didn't just shift the power balance, it etched a national legend. It's a reminder that badassery and strategy, plus maybe a pinch of soggy terrain, can flip the course of history. What if you had to pick the winning side? By 701 years, would you have banked on Bruce's broadsword or hedge-hopped your way to victory? 11. When the pill met politics. Fast forward to June 23, 1960, 65 years ago, when the FDA stamped approval on Enovid, the world's first combined oral contraceptive. Suddenly, those little hormone pills exploded like a quiet revolution, empowering women, spooking politicians, and redefining personal freedom. It wasn't just a medical milestone, it was social tectonics shifting beneath the 1960s. Think of it as the humble birth control pill smashing the glass ceiling one ovarian cycle at a time. Birthdays, student loans, career goals all got a rewrite. So, reflect, which single pill-shaped breakthrough do you think outdid this one in reshaping modern life? 12. Title IX, the Rulebook Overhaul. On June 23, 1972, 53 years ago, President Nixon signed Title IX into law. Suddenly, gender shouldn't determine who gets cut from sports teams, who receives scholarships, or who teaches chemistry. Cue a tidal wave of opportunities. Women's college sports exploded. Behind-the-scenes labs got more women in lab coats, and boardrooms slowly diversified. Title IX wasn't just an amendment, it was a public school mic drop. Would you have picked tennis or wrestling if Title IX showed up to your high school tryouts? 13. Tightrope triumph over the Grand Canyon. A lightning struck June 23, 2013, 12 years ago, when daredevil Nik Wallenda teetered 2,500 feet above the Little Colorado River Gorge, crossing a quarter-mile on a high wire. No harness, no net, no safety emails, just pure nerve, balance, and one skinny cable. It was less simple stroll and more how do I not plummet. His feat wasn't just gutsy showmanship, it was a metaphor for ambition, focus, and the power of heart-in-the-throat courage. So here's the kicker. What would your outrageously risky moment be if you had the world watching? What's your favorite June 23rd moment? If you could time travel to any of these events, would you change history or just snap a few pics for the gram? And there you have it. June 23rd, the overachiever of the calendar, packing more plot twists, milestones, and moonwalk-worthy moments than a season finale. From rewriting civil rights to crossing planetary borders and literal tightropes, this day proves that history isn't just something dusty in a textbook. It's a living, breathing time machine fueled by bold ideas, big risks, and the occasional bagpipe. If today's trip through time gave your brain a buzz and your curiosity a caffeine boost, don't let the journey end here. Head over to voiceoclock.com for more delightfully unexpected dives into history's weird, wild, and wonderful moments. And for your daily dose of bite-sized brilliance with a side of banter, hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, where every tick of the clock comes with a twist, a chuckle, and a bit of wonder. Because history isn't behind us, it's waiting to be rediscovered. Let's make every day historic.